So one of the things I love about this setup is just how compact it is. So that's basically the rack. Everything's pre-wired, and then it actually sits in this SKB waterproof sort of like shock mount case. So I am running a little bit of a scan out here. Here's my spectrum analyzer. I like to do maybe 7 or 8 scans just to pick up anything, you know, anything from the office inside, whatever. And then I'm gonna run out over here just closer to where the actual antennas are gonna be, and closer to the actual ceremony space. I'm probably about 500, excuse me, or so feet away from it right here. So long distance operation today as it sort of does the scan, and it's basically picking up the same stuff. So what I've got here is I walked all the way out to, it's actually hard to even see, it's by that blue, what is it, tarp, I guess that's covering the chairs for them to deploy a little bit later. There's an altar out that way. I walked all the way out there, held it out there for a little bit, and basically what I'm seeing now, the red is the max trace, and the green is essentially the most recent trace. But what I'm going to do for my purposes is just to be as careful as possible. I'm going to export the max trace, and I'm going to export it for wireless workbench. It is 9, 15, 18, and that is my venue. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up wireless workbench, and I'm going to load all my frequencies, or I'm going to load all my gear, and then I'm going to have it assign me my frequencies. Okay, I'm doing that now. So my inventory is, I have a, UR4D G1 band, 2 channels. I have an Audio Technica Gen 4 3000, which is something I had to add in, but I got the parameters from AT. I have a Sennheiser IEM 300 G3 A band. And then also I'm going to load my frequencies now for my reception rig as well, which is, I've got a QLXD H50, and I've also got a UR5 that I'm going to use for wireless transmission into the reception hall, which hopefully I'll get a chance to demonstrate or put some video on, and that's in the H4 band. And that should be all of the wireless I need today. I do have one extra UR5 in the H4 band, so I am going to add that just in case I need some type of backup wireless. That's basically, I use a UR5 as sort of like my fix-it kit. I can use it with a UR1, UR3, whatever I need to do to adapt some type of wireless signal. So got all those frequencies. I added one too many. And then frequency coordination. I'm going to load my scan file that I just pulled up. I am going to do my live TV, or I'm sorry, my live scan settings, my TV channels. And I actually don't know the zip code where I am, but it's only about 10 miles from my house, so I'm just going to expand that really wide. And then it will also exclude those channels. You can see obviously some of those channels are already, would already have been excluded by the scan itself, but there's also clearly a lot of activity on channel 16, which I believe is a channel, we're in Charlottesville, that's out of Richmond, I think. And it looks like there's some activity on channel 14 and 15 as well. I don't know where that comes from. I'm gonna drop my exclusion threshold pretty aggressively, just because I want to get really, really clear frequencies, and I'm really not running that many. So I'm going to do my select frequencies from inventory. Sorry, so that brings up all of my inventory, and then just have it hit calculate. And so there it's given me all my frequencies. And then what I like to do is I like to go in and just make sure they're all pretty clear and free of noise. So this frequency here, this like 535, I'm gonna lock that one. This frequency here that's in the 569 range, I'm gonna lock that one. These two here, I'm not loving. And that one is a little bit close to a TV channel for my liking, so I'm gonna have him recalculate new channels. Still not loving what it gave me. It's a little bit better. That's moved basically everything a good bit away from any significant noise, so I'm gonna stick with that. And so those are the channels that I'm going to use for all my different gear. And then all I do is I go in and set these frequencies and just kind of work from there. So RF is steady. And it's all the way over there. It's actually firing almost through a tree right now. One of the bigger ones, not one of the smaller ones. So may go adjusted antenna positioning just as I'm checking my body pack. I've got my DPA microphone, the 4061 Lav. It's got a micro dot to Shure adapter, and I'm also using my Bumblebee windscreen. Let me see if I can. It won't let me flip during the video to show that. I'm just going to cut it up where it was. Alright, I'm just going to get ready to walk out there. So I've got the Lav here, speakers off to the side, so it's going to be out of all of the pictures, and that way they still can capture this great backdrop here. Coming through loud and clear. So again, it's wireless back over there where my car is, and then being sent back on an IEM right back to that battery powered speaker. So the goal here today is just making sure that with the potential hurricane looming, that I'll be able to break down quickly if need be.